Alright, well, I got a bunch of unboxings to do here of certain things. But anyway, this says refrigerate upon arrival. I know what it is, and I'm gonna do a review on this. Whoops, about knocked it over. Once again, I'm not prepared. About cut myself. Oh, come on, man. This is something that's unique. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. Is everything on camera there? Yeah. Okay, I know what I have to refrigerate here. Okay, receipt. Okay. This is what I have to refrigerate. Okay. 80% grade A brine shrimp eggs. I assume that's a food form. I have no idea. I really wasn't expecting anything. Alright. That's what we're going to end up reviewing. What is that, Scott? What is it? Well, it's a brine shrimp nursery. So apparently it doesn't need air. It doesn't need light. It doesn't need anything. Apparently the top comes off, the rings and everything. I have to go pick somebody up from the airport, so I'll continue with a part 2 of this. When I get back, we'll open this up. But I need to at least put the eggs in the refrigerator. I understand supposedly the freezer. That other box down there, not the big one, the small one, that's a Ken's Fish box. So we'll unbox that in a little bit. I ordered that about a week ago. No, I've had it about a week and kind of forgot about it. So anyway, I'll be back after I get from the airport, and then we'll take a closer look, and I'll get the eggs refrigerated, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Alright, well, here's how I've read to set the thing up. Now here's how it comes. It comes like this. Comes with a little measuring spoon for the brine shrimp. A removable ring, and the collection cup. So, my understanding is, you probably won't be able to see, but there's a water fill line right here. So, you're supposed to fill it up with water. Watch me make a freaking mess. By the way, these that's about right. I hope that wasn't too deep. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, these make, when they're empty, they make great measuring cups. By the way, buy my food. My food's good stuff. So anyway, I read the instructions. It says use aquarium salt. Well, whoopity-doopity, I don't have aquarium salt. Just going to use regular iodized salt. It's probably wrong. You'll have to let me know if this doesn't turn out right. It says X amount of spoonfuls, whatever. It's going to guesstimate. Alright. Yeah, good enough. I think it said 3 teaspoons, but whatever. That's close enough. The instructions didn't say anything at all about adding baking soda, so I'm not going to do it. And my understanding is 3 little things of this on the outside that come out. Yeah. So we'll do 3. And there's a 3rd. And supposedly that's all you do. You simply put the lid back on, and the premise is you let it sit 38 to 40 hours, and you see that little collection cup there. The premise is since you got to place this near light, that the eggs won't go past the middle circular part, and they'll find their way into the cup in the light. Whoops. And then to harvest, you would simply lift out, rinse off, dump into something, and then feed them per container. That's the premise. So anyway, I'm going to put all this to a test, and we'll find out in a few days if it works at all. It could be a lot of money wasted. Apparently, that's some type of brine shrimp flake food for fish. It has nothing to do with feeding these guys. So, I will be back with you in a few days on this experiment. We'll see if it hatched anything at all, without an air stone, without baking soda, not even using the right salt. I have no idea. If it doesn't work, well, I'll tell you how much I wasted on this contraption. But I don't know, we'll find out. I just thought it was a neat product. So thanks a lot, and be back in a few days. Alright, well, it's been let's see, 48 hours, and you can see that this thing is working. Now, I probably need to use non-iodized salt. I know that. I did not raise the pH. I know that. But you can see there's plenty of shrimp there that's swimming around looking good. And there's what the thingy looks like. I'm trying to keep from showing because I've actually got this in the bathroom. Look, back up. Refocus, there we go. So, what I'm going to do is another experiment. I'm going to use non-iodized salt. I'm going to raise the pH. Now, one thing I did, I put this out in the garage. The garage, over the last couple of days, has been around 85, 86 degrees, versus the basement down here, it stays around 69, 70, 71. But anyway, let's take a look inside here. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. I'm trying to do this. Ah, you idiot. Now I knocked the ring out of the way. Put the ring back. But anyway, you can kind of see what's happening here. It's keeping all the eggs away from trying to get into the cup. Okay? Now, I don't see a lot of shrimp out here. I certainly see a lot around that cup because they're attracted to the light. So, I've already done one feeding in the tank behind me, but I don't know. I think this is going to work out. The problem is, for as many freaking eggs are down here, that just doesn't look like a lot of shrimp to me. So we're going to do part 2. I'm going to run, I'll run this for tomorrow. Then I'm going to do another 48 hours. And we'll go from there. I don't believe I got an 80% hatch rate though, like it's claimed. So, could be simply the temperature was too high. It could be that I simply used iodized salt versus non-iodized. Could be that I didn't raise the pH enough. But there's definitely shrimp there. I would have expected a lot more, honestly. But, I don't know. We'll follow up soon. Thanks. Alright, test number 2. I went and got a salt that does not have iodine in there. Okay? So, this time, instead of winging it, I did 3 teaspoonfuls like it said to do. And I still only did 3 little scoops of the little scooper thingy it came with. So, difference is this time I'm going to keep it indoors, keep it in here, let it go at about 72 degrees because outside in the garage, I don't know, it got up to over 90 for a day or two. I ended up getting 2 thimblefuls. So I don't know, there were probably 300 or 400 per thimbleful. I had to wait for another day. So I'm hoping to get a much better hatch rate. I don't know about you all, but that looks like thousands and thousands of eggs. So basically I was able to feed 2 aquariums. And that was it. So I did not have any baking soda that I looked for. So that kind of, you know, to raise the pH. So that might be the next experiment. But anyway, I'm going to get the lid on here. Check back here in a day, and then after 2 days, and then see what the final hatch rate is. I may just need to keep throwing eggs in here like every day to keep it going, because I've got too many aquariums to feed with a lot of babies. But anyway, sign out for now. Later. Alright, well, this will be the last update on here. I did get everything put in there. And this is only about 24 hours old. So that's a really, really good result, I think. And plus, you notice it's a whole lot cleaner in the middle. That's because I wasn't moving this thing around. So I think what I'm going to do is, daggone it, those lights are in the way. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is just simply, oh, there we go. That's a pretty good amount. And I like the fact I can just lift up that cup, just rinse it off a little bit with my hose, and take it and dump it right in the tank. So what I think I'm going to do, and again, this hatch rate might be pathetic compared to air, okay? But it does simply work. And now keep in mind, this is in room temperature. It's about 72 in here, I believe, 73, you know, compared to the garage, and I seem to have a much better hatch rate. Another thing I may do is take these things and put them in a container, and then simply, just let them be. So I think what I'm going to do, for the time being, is call it, what it is. I'm sure I could get a much better hatch rate if I did a normal hatchery with an air stone, like that in there, and all that gobbledygook. But I think this will work for me, and I think it's all I'm going to do is just simply lift the lid off, which I don't know if I can do one-handed without. I'm trying to keep from getting all the junk in there. So I think it's all I'm going to do. Look at that. There's a lot in there. And again, I don't really see any on the parameters. So again, that's probably a pathetic hatch rate for that amount of eggs. But I think what I'm going to do for the time being is just simply every day add 3 more teaspoons, or 3 more measurements of eggs. Just drop them in here, keep the water as is, and basically keep this continuously going. And that way, every day one of the tanks will get a treat. So I don't know. Everybody leave their, oh shoot, Scott, come on now. Oh, don't mess it all up, brother. Oh well, they went for a ride. So anyway, leave your all's opinions, comments. What do you think? Am I wasting my time with this? It's just so easy though to lift this little cup up, and go dump it in a tank. That's what I love about it. But if I'm only getting a 20% hatch rate, well, those eggs are not cheap, people. So anyway, that's basically the review of this. I'll put the name, where I got it from, the whole 9 yards in the comments below. I think it was maybe 34 bucks with shipping or something. I'll have to go pull the receipt. I'll let y'all know. So let me know what y'all think, and if you think this was a success. As far as easy, you can't get no easier than this. So anyway, that's it, peeps. And maybe I'll try with adding baking soda and see if I get a better rate. But that's quite a few shrimp for one tank anyway. But I guarantee in the tanks, when I got 50 and 60 adults in there, it won't last but a few minutes. All right, later.